Good afternoon, everybody. You're with the Wicked Lady Hippy at the bar, and yes, I am live. Forgive me. I've been out all day, so nothing has been done except for whatever the cats have decided to do. I'm fidgeting because I wear all the hats here, and I never know if I'm looking up and you look like you're just a talking head. That those are fun. I guess everybody's getting ready for Turkey Day or whatever they want to call it. I'm old. I don't give a shit. I'm like George Carlin or Cat Williams. Fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. No, this is not for children. It should say when you pull me up or join in. Let me engage live chat. I won't be on because I'm going to do the holidays because I missed them last year because I couldn't get up. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I still bought a turkey to cook at home, which says a lot. I also jumped on my husband and his friends, and a couple had come by to see us and get a tune up today. And I marched out there and told all of them, you all can't find my second channel. Did you look? So they're going to be subscribing. I had taken a 10-month hiatus because of the injuries. And so I wasn't on for that time. And they're not unsubscribed, but they're on my other channel instead of this channel. And it wasn't that big of a change, just kind of added one thing, which is my army nickname, Wicked. Well, it's my nickname, period. I don't know, follow me around, it's weird shit. And I can't have music going behind me because it could be heard by you, and that's a copyright problem, and I understand that. It's just kind of weird because I sound like I'm the only person in the universe. It's just solid weird. So like I said, forgive my house, forgive me. It's oh, I don't know why. I left getting a turkey, pumpkin pie things, and all that. I don't know why it took so. I waited till the week of Thanksgiving. Yeah, I usually have these things done well 2-3 weeks, and it's a frozen turkey anyway. And we've got the big freezer with the lid, and we got all that. And I didn't even have it really on my list. Like I said, something this year seems wrong with me. I'm not running with the crowd, which I usually have the decorations up and everything. But we only do that. We start doing those at Thanksgiving because, like everybody who's worked, it's that's the only time you've really got. If you're going to have anything, put it up inside, outside tree, and so forth. It's got to be in that 4-day gap where you don't have to go to work. It's just, and for me, being retired, I think I would rather go to work and come home because I can't keep up with the damn thing. I don't know. I don't know what the hell is up with that. I'm telling on myself. Yes, I usually don't get the smoke. I do vape, except places where people have a problem with a vape. It's steam. I know. It's just steam. Okay. So I have my little cigarette. I call it my little cigarillo, which just means I'm calling it little twice because that's Spanish for small cigar. And and I have a stiffener beside me all the time. Yeah, I love the bar. And today I have black cherry. So at least it's out of sight, I guess. I always tend to give the backstory on the stiffener. When I was adopted, an older family, older parents adopted us, and I had a sister as well, a real sister, well, full blood. It took the two of us at the same time. And he was World War II. Well, they were both World War One, Depression, World War II. I mean, they'd seen some shit. Although it's pretty bad now too. In any event, the women would just faint. There was, the hand up, and they never hit that damn hardwood floor. They always fell on something soft. And you go, whoever was around, one of the men, go get her some hooch, and they all carry these little amputable. It's ammonia tablets, and you break them. They all carried that shit. I can't find it for nothing. I'm like, at some point, maybe I really will faint. But no, they never hit the floor. And anybody if that was there, usually us kids was around, and they was yell, go up there and get her some hooch. Now that's what they called it. These guys used to run moonshine. I think I made it worse. My husband just got this for me, and I'm trying to make it work right, but it's just all kind of mess here. And in any event, they were moonshine runners when they were younger. They were both World War II as well. It's just going to do what it's going to do, I think. I'll pitch it later. In any event, so I learned, what a stiffer was, and I was gone at 17. I enlisted early because I already had college and everything under my belt. It was like, I'm going to get this over with while I'm young. I had nephews and so forth that had been to NAM, and they were trying to prep me. So, I had fencing and swimming and tennis and gymnastics, and I hate dolly. What is it? Dodgeball. Good God, and they'd aim for the damn face. you know, is there a ball? I mean, so they always trotted that bitch out. I don't know why. I think the teachers just did that to have fucking fun. I was like, look at them watch. We had a strip that you could walk across to go to choir rather, and so it was just also a bridge. You could just kind of go around on one side, head off into the next section, which was to the language building. Spanish, German, all that was taught over there. My husband said I went to a resort that I didn't go to a high school because we had Olympic-sized pools, both the men and the women. We had tennis courts. We had all that stuff. Gymnastics, it wasn't done with basketball was done. We had a room for gymnastics, a huge place for gymnastics. And I was very young and very little, so that was one of my outstanders was gymnastics. But running and all that, because my nephews kept saying you probably won't pass if you don't do all this. But WACs aren't, they don't have to do what we do. And that's what, I enlisted as a WAC. When I got there, I was at Fort Jackson, and I was not a WAC. I was regular Army, and I was like, oh shit. They asked us all, they said it's nothing on you if you don't want to train with the men and be a soldier, because WAC is phased out. You can't leave us and then go to WAC. You can leave us because you enlisted as WACs. And we kind of looked at each other and said, fuck no. What? Just give us our shit. So we're not giving up. Fuck you. Vietnam Airborne Rangers for drills and for my CO, XO, and all that. So that was fun. They were serious, man. Back in those days, you had brass to shine. You had boots to shine. You had to have your things on your uniform perfect, and they come through with a ruler. They were about like those nuns I had for a few years. I'd beat the shit out of you with that ruler. I've been tempted to go back and look for those nuns. Give me that. Let's see how you like this shit. I mean, hold your palms up. What? And you just like, are you kidding me? You're not kidding me. But they couldn't do that to me very often after they started. I actually told my parents because I was really, and I didn't do anything wrong. She thought it was me, whatever was going on, and just came up, palms up, and whack, whack, whack. And so, and used both palms because she kind of figured that was in trouble over there. So she never got to do that again since I had to mention it to my parents at that time. And one of the only times I can remember my mother coming to the school, any of the schools, And I was shocked when she came out of the bedroom. She insisted on going with me the next day to school. And she looked like she just stepped off a 50s Vogue magazine. She looked magnificent. I was like, why don't you dress like that more? She said, I don't go anywhere. I don't see nobody. I won't be comfortable. Moot point. I asked her and walked there together and stayed with me, went to, the office or whatever they wanted to call it back then. The head nun. You're just like, you don't get to touch her again like that. She's adopted, and you need to write that up right now that what you did, and because I'm sending it to the state because she's adopted and she's not allowed to be punished in such a way. You don't never touch her again, ever, for any reason. I will remove her from the school if necessary, but then I will come down with my attorney. And I was like, you didn't talk like this at home. So, I mean, because we still had school there for like half a year after, and we weren't adopted yet at that point. We were still foster kids, so that's why we were still involved with the school, with the nuns and all that, because technically we had not been adopted. It had been filed for. And I'll be blessed if it didn't hurt happen again. I have really, really long hair, and people like to do stupid stuff to women with long hair. I don't know what it was. But the one guy, I was at math. It's been so long ago. He had a little paddle, one of those ball paddles, that you had, and he would slap people. And I was a good student. I was doing college levels at 9, so it's not like they were surprising me when they gave me something. But sure enough, he ended up hit me with that. And here come mom. Dad's at work. And Dad would say, did you get him, Geneva? So I'm like, okay, we know now that mom does some really decent stuff. And in that particular case, she didn't let me even, what in the world am I doing here? She would not let me in the room. She made me wait outside. This is beginning to annoy me no end. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. It's rather new. I wanted to put it under the tree. He wanted me to have it. So now we're going to go this way. Fuck it. It's just annoying. This is why I have a stiffener. Now, I also said, I don't know if you've ever seen me before, but if you've seen me, or if you see me now, what have you, I always tell people that, well, you're my people. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, say something, share, do something. They like that. I know. I don't make any damn money doing this. I don't know why they need all that, but okay. Help me out. So, yeah, Charlie Kirk. Wow. I did not know. This takes a few minutes. I didn't know that Charlie Kirk did anything but teach or prove me wrong. And that's how I knew him, and it's how I liked him. Prove me wrong. I still can't get to, and it's just going to be annoying. The whole blowy, and it's such a cute little piece. I'll sit up on the bar. I shouldn't laugh. When I get to this part, I get angry. I don't know who took this boy's life, though. I don't like what I'm hearing. I don't like what I'm seeing. I just don't. This one's stuck up on one side, too. Um, it's just too strange. It really is. It's too strange. And there's so many things. Like that boy that was standing next to him or behind him, even. I don't know which one. I'm going to keep doing this till I get it fucking right. Bitch. That's closer. Be slapping me too. Like, what are you? I try to be a little lighter. Charlie was a beautiful light in this world. I mean, he was just genius. He was harmless. He hurt no one. These people would try to scream at. Well, some did scream at him, and he calmly waited for him to quit screaming, told him what he thought, and then he won. They couldn't prove him wrong. Many of them now went to his side, and that's how I knew him. I did not know he had a podcast. I didn't know he had millions of followers. I didn't know this was actually around the world. Um, I did not know they had millions. I didn't know about the wife and the children. I just knew the young man. I thought he was still in his 20s, and I only saw him or heard of him. He was doing that. And so running through the internet trying to find out what I've missed. I'm like, oh my God, I've missed everything, you know? and I wondered why when I heard the president say, lower the flags to half mast, that I hit my knees and started just weeping. I knew instantly he was gone. He'd gone to God. And I couldn't figure out why. I've never met the boy. I hardly watched it. And my husband came back in with the rest of the groceries, and he's, well, you okay? And, getting me up on the couch, and I just kept sobbing. He said, what is it? And I finally got out. I pointed at the TV because I changed it to Joe Rogan. He was interviewing Charlie Sheen. They knew he'd been shot, but they didn't know how badly. And then they knew how badly. So I actually looked, that's how I learned it, in layers. And I just pointed at the TV because they were doing the same thing. They weren't weeping at that point. Megan Kelly was. And I said, I don't know why. I just thought this boy was so wonderful. He was so, he didn't hurt nobody. He was a Christian. He didn't hurt nobody. Who would do this? I said, and they've got to be out of the state by now. I figured it was a sniper and, professional sniper. And what did the deed was gone. It's what it looked like to me. It was one shot, kill shot, gone. And my husband said the same thing. He's a sniper. Well, he was. He's 70 now. But I did ask him, honey, am I wrong? Because I thought we had one or two 30-06s ourselves. I know one is that the grains can go down to 149. This is a very light round. But he said, yeah, 30-06 do some damage. He said, and where did he get hurt? They were talking. I said, they're saying he got hurt right at the end. It took out his jugular vein. Then it went from C2 to T1. And I know if they took out this much of his spine, he's gone. He was gone before he hit the ground because his heart had stopped. That's what those areas make your body run. Your heart, your lungs, nothing would work after that was damaged. It wasn't just the jugular, it obviously hit the spine. And that was before I knew it was C2 to T1. And my husband said, oh, yeah, it could be done that way. I said, how? It should have decapitated him at 30-06. I ain't nuts. I didn't just come down with the do. I didn't, what the? And he said, they're designed to fragment. No matter what they hit, as long as it's hard enough to bounce on, then they fragment instantly. That the bullets are made to do that. I was like, damn. He said, but wait a minute, I've seen the video. It's not an exit wound because I said, the exit wound they're not showing at that point because they said 30-06. He said it still would have blown his neck out, most of it. But if it had come like that and hit the spine, it would have had a kind of an explosion, which you can see in Charlie's neck. And he watched some of these with me. But he said, it's going to fragment. And we're all going, a spine stop this. I mean, because everybody has seen the video. So, and I also wondered why I said immediately, this is going to be like JFK. I can't figure out to this day why I said that. It's been 2 months, 3 months, maybe. And I promised that I would pick up the torch and say every day a few minutes about what the fuck all is going on. University of Utah, where he was massacred, where they assassinated him, where they murdered him, for the world to see, has now been pushed under concrete. They didn't just move the chairs or some shit. No, they dug it up, made a whole different thing out of it. Can't tell Charlie was ever there. The head of security said, well, we said something about that rooftop there that they shot from, but we couldn't even get in there. It's locked, and we couldn't get the university to give us permission to secure that building. They said they would secure it. And I thought I said, you didn't go over to the fucking roof door. You didn't do nothing about finding out if it's going to be secured. And if you did, this kid would still be alive. How did they know to shoot this guy when he was right in the apus middle of the tent? And the tent is only open from really technically three sides. Well, two sides is a little bit. But the thousands of kids that are packed in there, I mean, there are really 3,000 kids. It's not hundreds, it's thousands of kids. I went to a school that had that many kids, and I can tell you that's how many was out in that audience. And pray God for the young ones. I heard one little girl telling how she was saying there was so much blood, there was so much blood, and crying and just all upset. And I wish I could have hugged her. And I was like, oh my God, it's just so traumatic for these kids. And many of them are kids, like 17, 18. Hopefully they're not much older because college is expensive. And anyway, I learned that, and I knew then and she said he was shot in the throat and blood just threw out. And I said, it's got his carotid, his jugular, you know. Then I saw the shoot, just with most of it shifted out. And I said, that should have took his head off. That's 30-06. With an entrance wound, it's small. The exit wound is the big one. But then we learned that there was no exit, that his body had stopped it and was by T1 in his shoulder. I'd like to see if they said it fragmented, because the spine is really thin, boned. And it's a miracle if that's what happened, that he would have died instantly, and did with that type of wound, no matter where the exit wound was, really. C2, 3, 4, all of those run your vitals, your heart, your lungs, your everything. And it would have stopped his heart instantly. And that's why the blood was not squirting. It was just gushing. It was his body's way of doing it, so without anything to interrupt it. The chief of security said he had to put his hand in it and then keep packing it with gauze. I didn't see any gauze. What I saw was them taking him out, holding him by his clothes, which was smart. If somebody would have supported his head, they didn't. He's dead. They go and take 25 minutes to get to a hospital that's 5 minutes away or something. It was 5 miles, I think. There's just so many things. There are really so many things. The clothes changed, the shorts to the jeans. Well, he sure as hell did not have a rifle in his shorts. We couldn't see nothing in his jeans because they're not giving us footage. They're giving us fucking photos. And what's up with that shit? Must have been transparency. Utah's up there, FBI's up there. And now that, what? What the fuck? Were you just taking a goddamn photo op? I mean, was that the fucking reason? Because you ain't done a goddamn thing, for as far as I can tell, to solve this, except take some patsy down, 2 patsies down, with the guy that dropped his pants screaming he did it. I mean, I get right head up about this. I mean, it's just the shit that they've been telling us is beyond compare. And then they call us conspiracy theorists because they're not going to change their tune. It's just, why did they get the SIM cards out, like the camera behind him? He stood on the chair that Charlie was shot on. Charlie was still on the floor. And he got on that chair and he got the SIM card. Why? Why wasn't it wasn't locked down? The scene was not locked down. Nobody locked down the scene. Why not? It's evidence. It's supposed to be locked down. They could hardly get the kids out of the way. They decided they wanted hats and stuff, and cremated. Most Christians do not do that. And God, I don't believe they do in the Catholic religion, but I haven't been a Catholic for a long time. I was raised Catholic the 8-9 years I was there. So they were great parents. They really were. I don't know. Then she pops out with the fireworks wearing white. She was freaking wearing white. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? Wearing white with black. Doing these, as they say, Satan horns. I'm like, hugging the president, playing with JD. Oh no, that was a different one where she was playing with him, JD. And she says, I'm beginning to not like this woman. Then she goes to accept an award for him, the Medal of Freedom that President Trump is presenting to her, and it's on Charlie's birthday. And he's not. The man gets 2 hours sleep if he's lucky. And she's hugging everybody, and she's wearing see-through black. Again, it's fashion. Somebody help this bitch. I mean, sorry. I didn't want to do all that against it, but whenever I look at her, I don't like it. It stinks. It just stinks. The whole thing stinks. Like the CEO at something, he's high, and he just, the minute you hear the crack of that bullet, he instantly walks off with the phone next to his ear. He couldn't have. How could he have said Charlie was dead? Then his daddy, another pastor, says, "Oh, he was directing everything like he was just great. He was telling everybody what to do, and hell, he was covered in Charlie's blood." No, he didn't get a drop of blood on his. Charlie hadn't even fell over when he was walking off. No, he didn't dance. He didn't run. Everybody else did, but he fucking didn't. He didn't duck and cover. He didn't do none of that. He instantly started walking off, grabbing his phone in less than a second. So I want to know about this dude. Then you guys say, oh, well, they weren't doing those kind of singles. This guy's doing with the hat. I mean, well, he was either directing the guy to go to first base, or he was signing to his prostitute who was deaf. I mean, because there's no reason this guy's doing all these fucking moves. Then the other guy with the glasses, and he's doing this, and he's why? I want those answers. And I like Candace Owens. Thank God, she's so amazing. It's amazing. I fear for her, and thank God she went on vacation. Thank God. So that was. I guess I'll get off of that subject. There's always a new one. I don't drop videos unless I'm asked to. For me, it's social Woodstock. You have to jump on here, leave a comment, talk to me on live chat, what have you. Say you don't like it. I don't care. Do something. You can't watch at any time, of course. It's on YouTube. And I love the question they asked Elon Musk, what he thought about the death of Charlie Kirk, and or the motive behind it somehow. And he actually stopped and he said, Charlie was a person that was leading a lot of people to the light. And so the dark had to kill him, and turned and walked away. And that is so perfect. That really is perfect. But it's not in relation to what the fuck all was going on there. This 23-year-old, 22 I hear now. Yeah, I could have done it maybe with the larger scope they had on it instead of the others, but I wasn't trained with a scope, although we have several with scopes, and it does make it easier. I gotta admit, but this guy he's just a kid. He just doesn't look like he could handle this. Plus, you can't break the weapon down in just 5 seconds. So and he couldn't have had the weapon on him when he was on the stairwell going to the roof. There was no place for it to be in. So he had no rifle when he went to the roof. Did they put it on the roof ahead of time? We don't know, but we'd like to know all those answers. We're just nosy like that. I want to know the truth. And I think Candace Owens is the mom. We're starting to get a little winter here. And this is actually lip balm as well. So I cheat a little bit. Well, I guess I'll let that be. Do not send donations, because she's sending, Erica Kirk is sending out GoFundMe pages and stuff like this. When a vice president is your pallbearer, you don't need my fucking $2. When you wear black see-through to accept the Medal of Freedom on Charlie's birthday, and you wear see-through, yes, luckily it was only at the top but it was tacky. What you did with JD, again, beyond tacky. Kind of that's kind of a that's kind of reserved for somebody you're really close to. I'll put it that way. I mean, the whole body thing. That didn't look good. Here she was just holding his wife's hand. Now, had that been me, I got bail money. Fuck that. I'd have hit her in the minute. Oh, that was just instinct. I got some fucking instinct for you. It's just instinct for me to beat your ass when you get over here. I would have done her like I did a friend of mine. Just keep putting her to the floor, and then somebody will drag me out. Uh, I don't find fair for Chicago veteran. And I say, don't bother a widow. They should be a widow and left alone for a year. So I'm pulling punches. But a lot seems very odd to me. Then I hear he did a paternity test. So it's like, well, I was in the right direction all along because if he went and had these tests done, he didn't trust his marriage. And I hope for his sake those were his kids with DNA. It's just all of this makes me want to cry more. I don't cry now, but I was astonished that it was almost prophetic when I said it's JFK all over again, and I don't know where that came from. I just instantly said that. I don't know why, and I thought I was wrong at first because the FBI was there and the Utah police was there. Of course, they weren't there when he was shot, but now they're there. I don't know at this point who's doing the investigation or if anybody is. Most of us, including Candace, bless you, girl, she's looking to some Egyptian airlines. I can't follow that one. Uh, I don't know why she's doing that one, but if she knows, she does know what she's doing. So I'll wait. I almost like her decided to take a couple of weeks vacation. My excuse me, my husband would be awesome with that. He wouldn't move. I kind of savor that cinnamon burst at the end. I love that stuff. I decided to go with black today. Actually, I call this taking the dress for a walk because I'm paid to do that by the people who sell these things. So, but so far, I guess it's pay. They send me things to put on, try, to, whatever, and have me rate them and so forth. Give them a little big picture. And when the first time they sent one, it was a dress, and I was going to send it back, and so I had emailed them and asked, "How the hell do I do this?" Because never sent anything back. No, 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 that's yours to keep. Okay, and then I would look online and see how much it was, and it was so I make a couple hundred dollars doing this a week, maybe. Um, it depends on how many I've already gotten, and it's Christmassy. So I've only gotten this new set is from them. The rose, huh? The rose is from them, and the gown I'm wearing, it's just so cute. It comes down, but it's got the white panels in the side and back to the side, and it flares, a little bit. And if I wear a crinoline, it really brings it out more. So they're great dresses and stuff, and they feel great. This one's satin, and I usually it's got buttons that goes down to the Y. It's real cute. So does the arms there, and it keeps these things drive me crazy. But it's cute if the late showing the ladies. If you want to know where I got it or anything, they don't pay me for advertisement, but they don't have to know anything about that. You can send it to me live chat or you know put it in the comments, and I'll hook you up. Tell you who it is and stuff. They have several of us that do this. So I call it taking the dress for a walk because if I go to my Walmart or my Kroger, people know me. And since I've come back, especially at Walmart, I'll see everybody. They'll stop what they're doing and come over, give me a hug. Because, like I said, I was badly injured and I had Walmart Plus and all that. Still do. So it's nice to go because I know I'm going to see people, and it's just fun to do. And I come in, and they don't know that I do this. They just know that they say every time they see me, they're always surprised because I never have the same thing on, and I don't. I really don't. Problem I have is my closet's too small, so I have to get a lot more out of my closet than is in there, which drives my husband crazy because I have a couple of bins that I just cleaned out when I got into the mess that it did in September of last year. So there's that. Then I saw that they wanted the Epstein files out, and Trump had said, go ahead, but they said Trump was mad. I can't keep up with that either. It's just, and then on the Charlie point, they said, oh, he got mad at Israel so because Israel was pulling funding, and they were. But I don't believe the IDF would come out and shoot him in the head for not staying as a representative because apparently he had said he would not represent them anymore. That's not a death sentence. IDF doesn't do that. They got their fucking hands full now. So go on to the next one because there's so many out there that it's almost nuts. Hell, it is nuts. I mean, it kills me. It just kills me how, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And Candace, you and I get this part kind of wrong. I've been investigating it further. I haven't gone all the way down the rabbit hole. But you're blaming Israel for all these deaths. Israel always left a safe corridor. Hamas would shoot them if they used the safe corridor. And finally, there's a peace treaty. They're not shooting nobody. But yet you see on live TV from Al Jazeera, maybe, that they're grabbing young men, taking them out, shooting them in the head in front of their families and stuff. So I'm thinking it may not be the IDF that's come over here and said, hey, dude, you're going to have to die today. You should have kept us. And I just don't buy that. I'm not one that buys that at all. Israel is a fighter. They have to be. They are surrounded by enemies. They're not counting us as an enemy, and nobody should. Thank God President Trump has cleared all that up. And he's moved our embassy even to Jerusalem. It's their country. Yes, there was a diaspora 2,000 years ago, or I think. But at the same time, it was declared that they could go back. And not all of Jerusalem was Jew free or whatever. The other thing they got to remember is there's 12 tribes of Jude. It's not just Judah. It's I can't think myself of the go in and see begat, you'll know. The Benjamites is one, but there's 12. And y'all keep saying the Jews. It's not just the Jews in Israel. In Israel, they have Muslims, and their 12 tribes are returning home. And some of them are from Ethiopia, which just kind of rocks with the Sheba story, In any event, I used to have to stand beside Israel. My parents were World War II. I studied World War II. I mean, through high school and college, that was basically, if I got to have my way, what I did. And I mean, I love history. I'd love to be a historian. I love Professor Davis. He's got his own play. I'm trying to think of his full name now. Leslie Davis. But in any event, go for the Blade of Perseus. Maybe there is something that's different, or I might come back to this subject. I don't know. And again, if you want me to have, things that drop and you can listen to 4 or 5 minutes, then I miss a bunch of time on my show. And this is why I didn't want to do that. And then I would have to edit at night. And so I just live stream and wait for y'all to show up or to watch me later. If you watch me later, subscribe. Damn, I'm trying to do shit here. I don't get paid. I am not averse to being paid. I haven't figured that part out yet. I have to spend more time doing this. Maybe I should leave that topic for a little while, but there's so many things wrong with what's going on here. I don't even know. First, the FBI is involved, and then it's only Utah that's involved, and then there's nothing. There's just nothing. Why is there nothing? So, okay. I see the budget is opened and everybody's happy. And they need to be happy because bills come in. They don't care if the government shut down. They still send that bill. So you backtrack. Now, no, the Congress members don't have to backtrack because they were Senator Kennedy, not with the Kennedys, came out and with the law that he said for years he'd wanted to do it. So he put it up for passing, and it was if the government shuts down and paychecks are stopped, so is ours. And then almost to a person, they voted, "Oh hell no, no." The next day, they passed the vote to open the government. They sure as hell didn't pass the one to take that check, though. And they should have that check taken. No, they shouldn't get a check. They're there to do a job. One motherfucking job. Excuse me. No excuse, Wanda. Yeah. Get a grip. What is wrong with people? The other time, don't sit and make fun of the president and do things like that because it's also reflected on the office. Here we go. Put it back. It reflects on the office. It really does. It reflects on your country. It really does. If you have a fucking problem, do it with go through the channels. It takes longer, but it's not everybody ripping up every store in a 5-block area because now nobody has a job there and they can't buy their baby food there anymore. You sorry fucks. You fucktards. This is why this is an only channel. I'd like to slap them so hard that Google would never find their sorry ass. What the absolute fuck all? And then they go, "We don't need any help." Well, why the fuck all is this happening? Why is every store you've got, including the mall in Chicago, been hit? What the fuck? What do you mean? You won't prosecute these people. They give them licenses. That turned out well with the semi drivers. They're trying to get 17,000 of them back now. But I watched that film with that son of a bitch that turned that rig and blocked every avenue on that goddamn freeway. He absolutely knew without a shadow of a doubt that whoever was in that one car was going to die or be severely wounded. I think whatever happened was it got pissed him off. Something pissed him off. And he knew turning that fucking truck, they just hit that son of a bitch. He's going to kill a lot of people. That's why his face looked the way it did. He did it because he wanted to do it. I don't care if he can't speak English. You know how to drive a truck? Oh, he can't recognize signs. There were no motherfucking signs. This bastard decided to kill these people in that red car. He knew what he was doing. And they'll probably just smack him on the wrist and let him go. That's what they expect, and that's what they fucking get. And this is a sorry country lately. It's just motherfucking sorry shit. And yeah, President Trump, and I like you, Donnie. Send that 2,000 to all of us. We could have a Christmas if you could do that instead. Taking it and send it. Oh, where? Saudi Arabia next? Where are you going to send some more? I know you sent shit to the Ukraine. Fuck the Ukraine. This has gone on too long. Fuck it. Join the Soviet Union again. Who gives a fuck? If you can't mind your own war, then you should lose. You shouldn't be. Where's the UN? They're not in it. So that kind of speaks volumes too, doesn't it? I'm tired of my country fighting and fighting and paying and paying. I'm tired of it. Find out that other countries don't pay but 1/10 what you pay for medications. You might pay $15.50 and they're getting it for 50 cents. You might be paying 90 with your insurance. I had that. That was $92 a month for like 7 years. And that was with insurance. They could take that down a little bit. I haven't seen it. Oh, the eggs are going to get cheaper now. Why'd you buy more fucking chickens? What? No, it didn't. Everything when the pandemic hit, the very fucking next day, they doubled everything. Cat food. I mean, because you used to buying certain things all the time. Kitty litter, all that literally doubled in price at Walmart. They had a small green bag that is supposed to be used for air freshener on your cat's litter. It went to $10 when they sold out their 9 that was there for $2. So, Walmart is they're thieves. They're just fucking thieves. All of them are thieves. But all of them did this. And then if you say something about gas or there's not enough drivers, whatever, they go up again. And nobody's stopping this. It's just yeah, it's high. It's high you can't you gotta eat hamburger and that shit there costs you 10.50 for a fucking pound. And I'm not kidding you. You can shop at Kroger and they all so high that I'm looking for a store that is not knowledgeable of these things. I'm like, what the hell? What next? We went out yesterday. We went shopping and we went to Burlington. I love Burlington. So I got like 9 gifts for me. Got one gift for the kid and his wife. One for my grandson. I have to find something for my granddaughter, and we're done. I mean, I think I get him 3 things too. Since my son was old enough to speak, he said, "How many presents Grandma got or Mom got?" And my grandkids say this too. How come you got 1,200 presents over there? They got 3. And it's like I'm greedy like that. Really, it's because my shit will be $5, whatever, and I put everything under the tree. Everything Thanksgiving from there, everything that's given to me, even by that company, will be wrapped and stuck under a tree. So I tend to get more. And yes, I am sorry to say, I actually wasn't. I had picked out the gifts for the kids and so much, and I decided to look at the men's things, and he come trotting up with 2 blouses, and I don't know how he does that, but they were great and the right size. He said, "You like these?" I said, "Well, yes, of course, but I'm not getting those. I'm gonna get a pinch here." "Oh, yeah, I get these." Then I went, and I saw White Diamonds by Elizabeth, and he was like, "Get that one." There was I forget, there was, some necklaces and things. If he saw me looking at him, he'd go put him in the cart, and I was like, "You're getting me way over my budget." It's not that we didn't have enough money to pay for it. It's just I had a budget of $100. That's all I was going to spend yesterday at Burlington, and I would have gotten several things. They're really, I think they're good, and I was going to go there in Roses, but we walked out. We had spent 200 something. So Robert had put in $100 to balance it out. And I was see, I told you he's paying for it. We're going out, and he's grumbling. He's got all these extra bags. I was like, I told you he's he's funny. And he was like, I know, but you wanted it, so I didn't want to come back here and get it later. So I already had wrapping paper and all that down. So here I am. I'm going to start wrapping today. I doubt I get housework done. I'm not seeing a lot of you up here, and it's about time for me to go. So I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope the rest of us are not talking about either religion or politics, which means I have to steer clear of the TV. Oh, let's see. There was a. Did I finish? I can't remember that. I should just take notes about little things I wanted to ask everybody, and I usually don't have time. I very rarely have time to see one of my own uh, live shows. Which is weird to me because I said it's my show and it's not. I'm not a comedian. I'm not, but it's listed under entertainment. So hopefully you enjoyed yourself. I have no idea. I just think it's great, and I'm waiting for everybody to come over from the other channel and find out. And I love talking to everybody from everywhere. My son was born in Hanover, Germany. I love being over there. It's like being here, but you're going to Italy and France and stuff. I loved it. They had their own money back then, so you had to convert it. I was never good at doing that. I was like, "Sure, just give me what the hell is buy, whatever it is, I'll ask." And I didn't get that all of it home. I had taken some things and put them in my luggage and stuff, but somebody rode my cargo. This probably happens, is what I was told. Every once in a while, they'll get into somebody's stuff, meaning they take all your shit. So I didn't get it back from Germany. It was just a mess. And there was only, I think they gave me $250 for the insurance that was on it. There was insurance. I'm like, that doesn't pay for a fucking TV. What do you mean? And I was devastated because there was a lot of stuff in there. But one goes on. One goes on. And tomorrow, Robert's going fishing. I get the day to myself. And that's a very helpful day. Not that I tell my husband that. Oops. Okay. At some point, I'm going to have to sweep him up. But not tomorrow. I'll go out tomorrow. I don't know where I'm going, but I'll go out. Which means I'm doing an early podcast. I'll drop that in real fast. Take off. Again, well, I've only got a couple days I'm going to be up here because, of course, it's the holiday, so I'm not going to be up here. During the month of December, I haven't quite decided, but I'm thinking about just doing this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday until I get a bigger audience. My husband said, well, you won't if you're not on. I'm like, I get tired of talking to the TV. Surely, if they're going to find me, they're going to find me. If not, I don't know why I would be up here, but I'm going to keep trying because everybody had a fit when I said I wasn't going to do it anymore. So I give you ladies tips. So the men are probably bored. So unless maybe when we're talking about Charlie Kirk. And I'd like to also know, I ask this every day, how come Chuck Schumer says no to the passing of this bill that would keep the government open and the entire Senate votes with Schumer? Can somebody riddle me that, Batman? I could have swore they said there was 147 senators and they're being told how to vote. Well, what the fuck all are they doing there? I mean, seriously, what the fuck all? Can't we just make everybody Charlie Schumer? I mean, and that's how they phrased it. Was he passed it? They needed, what was it, 7 Democrats or some shit? What the fuck all? What is your job? Your one job. You are paid out the ass. You got great medical benefits that are not even the same as ours. None of it. You're doing insider trading, and after a year, your 200,000 some month salary is now somehow become $5 million that year. AOC, marry your brother to come in the country. You can join Congress. I'm like, when did we fight this war? Every day they keep silencing us and belittling us, degrading us, insulting us. Enough. I do not see color. I see how you treat me, I'll treat you. It's a good old fact. It works really well. I don't call you names. I don't give a shit about what you do in your home. That's your problem because we all got that problem. What I care about is how you treat me. I treat you. You cut my arm, you're probably going to end up using some of your blood to put back in me. We all bleed red. It's the same damn thing. Fuck off. If you don't like white people, get a grip because I'm tired of hearing you. I'm going to start calling you out. And I've been tired of this. Black History fucking month. That's not. Oh, what? Oh, I see. That's not the same thing. Let's see. You wanted to take out the statue, destroy the mountain in Stone Mountain because it's General Lee, and then you want to destroy that. Yeah, but leave your month alone. That's not racist. Black History Month. Not racist? The fuck it ain't. You do American Month, that would be okay. You don't have Scotch people up there going, well, where the fuck is my month? You don't have the people from Ireland who had fled here in the millions during the potato famine. Don't they get a month? Maybe a day? Just saying. Something to think about. It pisses me off when I talk about it. No, I do not think that the African Americans or whatever they're going through now need their own month anymore. This is not 1961. This is 2025, and racism is supposed to not be a problem here in the US. And religion isn't supposed to be a fucking problem here in the US. You guys have that problem over there. Keep it the fuck over there and straighten your own shit out. And as far as refugees and everybody crying about Gaza, why in the absolute fuck all aren't the Arab nations taking these people in? And why in the fuck aren't you asking about it? We're asking you. This is your job. You answer the questions from the people who paid a fortune to put you there. You buy those seats, you sons of bitches. You buy them. You don't win shit. Every time I know when there's one, because suddenly my phone blows up and they want $22.50 a month. That's not much. You can buy it. Fuck you. I mean, President Lincoln had to fucking borrow money to get on the train. He had to tie a rope around his suitcase. And when he got there wasn't even a bed. They had to get all that themselves. And by God, he didn't come out and ask for $2 for 400,000 votes. Get your ass in a goddamn job then. Maybe you'd understand it. I've seen that. There's actually one guy that does go undercover as a worker and finds out it's a tough fucking job. And yet you had no problem suspending government paychecks, health responders, all of them. Bite me. I can't think of anything stronger to say, and I have to go in a second. It's wrong. So I'll leave y'all with that to chew on too. And as you can see, I can get pissed off about it. Sometimes they'll yank my video because it pisses me off. I know there's more like me. I know there's more people out there asking the same questions. I do wish we could get together. I love this medium so much. It's free. You can talk to anybody about anything. And it's marvelous. That is so marvelous. I'm a woman who grew up when the phone was on the wall. We had a black and white TV, one in the house. It was this big with this big bubble screen. And you had to hold the antenna out the window with some tinfoil. That's how I grew up. You had a bike, you had some ice skates and TV. Gun smokes on. Dad won't watch TV. Get over there, hold that. There's a lot of advantages in the world now. A lot. And I don't want to miss out on them. Not this. I think this is a way that we can get up and say also, okay, we've had enough this far and no fucking further. If the next congressman woman come out and say they made $3 million and it just happens to be on the market, they need to be, all that money be taken away and then tarred and feathered on the way out. That should be a law that you cannot become a millionaire on day 3. But that's, I don't think they like that when Elon Musk said it either. I like Elon. Hi, guys. I like AJ and Hucklefish. Love Hucklefish. Hey, guys. Look him up if you don't know. You probably do. But I digress. If you've seen this today and you have any comments, please do share. Throw it in the comments, what have you. And look for me tomorrow. I'm late today. So tomorrow I probably will be in between 11 and 12. So, ciao, babies.